And thank you for tuning in with me once again. This is Patricia Tomlinson. I am the CEO of the organization, the Empowered and Enlightened Woman. This is an organization where we aim to provide wisdom, insight, and information to women that have been impacted by abuse of any form, primarily sexual and rape. We also do offer other information for mental, physical, verbal, emotional, as well as spiritual abuse. However, we are trying to help women find their identity as well as their purpose through the pain that they have experienced. We want to bring understanding to them to help them realize that their pain is for the purpose, that their purpose is produced through the pain that they have experienced. So, in order to do so, I have begun a women's group that is available on Facebook. You are more than welcome to join if you are a woman. This group aims to give information as far as posts, motivational quotes, testimonies, blogging, outside sources, resources. If you are in need of any of this information, you are more than welcome to join this group. Today, I want to also talk to you about a new product that I'm excited to say, relaunching. I just released a book called Succumb. This is a storyline event about a woman that went through a lot of childhood issues. She goes on a journey to embark upon to understand her authentic identity, which does not lie in our clothes, our shoes, materialistic things, men, relationships, but it is more about who she is on the inside, and from that she is able to give out more to others on the outside. So this product, which is a book, is available on Amazon as well as Barnes & Nobles and Create Space. The name of this book is titled Succumb, the Ending to the Beginning. So you are more than welcome to visit Amazon and purchase the material. Today, I would like to talk to you about a subject that I noticed that many women don't necessarily like to talk about, but it is something that I feel like has taken on a complete epidemic in society, and it is the subject about relationships and the confusion that can come from being involved in relationships that serve no purpose to your life, don't benefit you in any type of way, drain you of energy and time and resources, and also prohibit you from seeing the woman or person that you are called to be. In society nowadays, we have what you call wifey. And I just wrote a post about this in the group last night. It was called Wife Life. And it explains how we as women oftentimes take on the role as a wife. However, we are not given the ring or the marriage certificate. Until we find ourselves in relationships for years at a time, only to find out or discover that we have either been cheated on, lied to, given hopeless information that is not going to come to pass, such as I'm going to marry you or you're going to be my wife. And many times, many of us have been impacted by that because that is not what we get as the end result. Our feelings are hurt, our hope is up, and then it makes it harder for the next person to come along and love you because now you have trust issues because you trusted what this person said to you that they were going to do what they stated that they would do. So I want to help as many women as possible understand the importance of setting boundaries in a relationship and or friendship, being true to yourself and not losing yourself in the relationship, and also how to see a couple warning signs that may help you if this is something that you're going through today. So, first off, relationships. Relationships need standards. Relationships need guidelines. Relationships need borders. You may ask yourself, why? I myself feel that relationships need borders because a lot of times when you're liking a person or you're getting to know them through communication, sometimes communication can be confusing. For instance, I talk to a lot of women that state that he's my boyfriend. We go together. But on the contrary, they are more than aware that he is talking to someone and or sleeping with someone or in another relationship with another person. So I ask myself, why do we as women, when we get that intellect, when we get that gut feeling, when we have that intuition, why do we subject ourselves to such treatment? Does it go back to insecurity, low self-esteem, being vulnerable, wanting to be desired, wanting to be loved? What would make a woman stay in a relationship with a person that she is fully 100% aware is not fulfilling her needs? Also, she is giving more than she is receiving. Now, my understanding, now that I have grown up and matured in some areas, is that a relationship is not only what you give, but it's also what you should receive. It should be you receiving and that person giving, you giving and that person receiving. The end result, when you don't receive or you don't get what you put out, you end up depleted, you end up drained, you end up loving someone and all they do is take the love to another person and love them, and then you're left questioning and wondering why and how did this happen. But I myself have come to understand that there are warning signs before things of this take place. There are things that happen in the beginning of a relationship or the foundation of being friends and talking and being cordial and getting to know one another that we ignore. For instance, during the beginning of founding or the foundation of the relationship, pay attention to the warning signs. I mean, if this person is someone that's all over the place, talking to different people, having different relationships, other girls, and you're more aware of it, that is a warning sign that this person has an issue or a problem. But we persist past that, and we just justify it, and we make excuses like, oh, it's not that bad, oh, it'll be okay, only to find ourselves 6 months down the line in a worse situation than what it began. I think that boundaries are significantly important. If you're not going to pursue a relationship with this person, I think that it can be critical just to be friends, get to know one another, see what you like or what you don't like. But sometimes I feel like women, we are suckered in because we want to be loved, we want to be cared about, we want to be nurtured, we want to be pampered. But ultimately, sometimes that is not what we end up getting. We ultimately end up giving out that which we wanted. I have a remedy for that. When you are in search of a person to give you what you yourself are seeking, give it to yourself. If you want a man to love you and nurture you and pamper you, do it for yourself. Love yourself first. That way, when this person comes along and they're not giving you what you yourself are used to receiving from yourself, you'll know, you'll say in your head, okay, this guy is not, or this person is not going to give me what I myself am used to receiving. This is not the treatment that I'm used to, and it will help you to see this is something that I don't want. And then you won't end up 5 to 6 years down the line with a person that's still not going to give you everything that you want. So boundaries are very important. First, you have to love yourself as well. You have to love yourself. You have to set up boundaries. You have to be true to yourself. You can't lie to yourself and get into a situation and say, oh, with time it's going to get better, or with time I'm going to teach them, or with time I'm going to show them what I want, or with time, we'll work on it together. These people, these men, these individuals that you date have to first want to be better for themselves. They can't be better for you if they're not going to be better for themselves. For instance, women, I myself being a woman that has done this, taking a man to church or getting in a relationship with him, understanding that he is not on the same level of you. And I am not talking about financially, because a lot of times jobs and occupations change. I mean in the component of maturity. A lot of times we as women are dating men that are not mature. I mean, it's proven that a lot of women mature faster than men. So what you end up getting is in a relationship with a guy that has a mentality of a 16-year-old when he is actually 30. I understand, I know. So then eventually what ends up happening is that you are becoming his mother in a relationship or a friendship, meaning that you're cooking for him, you're cleaning for him, you're washing clothes for him, you're doing everything for him that he should be able to do for himself. A girlfriend, which is not biblical, a wife is biblical, but a girlfriend is not meant to do everything that a man is able to do for himself. When you do all of these things, you enable him, which is not healthy. You make him become comfortable. And in becoming comfortable, he will no longer pursue you. So if you are giving out everything, if you're not withholding anything back, if you're giving him sex, which he can get from anywhere else, but if you're having sex with him and you're washing his clothes and you're cooking dinner and you're helping him with his business plan and you're doing everything that he will require you to do, why in our minds would we believe that he will want to marry us? He has no reason to. We're doing everything that he wants done as a friend. So therefore, he's comfortable. When he comes comfortable, he's not going to change. And we understand when we start talking to them, oh, I want to be in a relationship. I'm in love with you. Okay, can you leave her and be with me? This is something that does not happen. Why? He's comfortable. So he doesn't want to nudge out of that place of comfortability because it's what he's used to. So now because as a woman, we compromise ourselves. We make things easy for them. We don't challenge them. They don't want to marry. They don't want to marry. I feel like in the beginning of a situation, you should set your standards. You should make it known, okay, I am not talking to you to be a casual friend. I am not talking to you to be a woman that is on the side. I am not talking to you to have sex with you. There is something that I want out of this situation, but do not do things for him in order to get it. Don't cook him dinner in order for him to get it. Don't do things just for him to come and spend time with you or show you love or show you affection. He should want to do this just simply because he likes you and he cares. That is what a real man does. A real man is not fearful or scared to tell you he loves you, he cares. A real man understands that his life revolves around showing another woman love and care and nurture. And then you get to the point where you're in denial because you finally understand, I cheated myself. I wasted valuable time. And then I got hurt. And now I have an issue with men. I talk to a lot of women that go through this. And this is an epidemic because we want to be nurtured. We want to be loved. We want to be cared about, which we rightfully deserve. But if we're not taking the necessary precautions and the warning signs to understand from the beginning that this man was not able to give you what you wanted, all it leads us to disappointment in the end. Therefore, ladies, we have to raise our standards as women. We have to begin to look at ourselves as the prize princesses and queens, and that we have the quality that it takes in order to be in a healthy relationship. Many of these relationships are not healthy. We're upset, we're crying at night, we're all over the place, and it's just not beneficial to the overall woman. Women, we need you to be healthy. We need you to be whole. We need you to understand who you are. Therefore, when a man comes in and his plan is to take advantage, he is not able to do this because you yourself understand who you are. You value yourself as a woman. And then he won't be able to use sex or going to the movies or buying you bags or buying you shoes as a validation point to say, I love you. He'll be able to show you love because that's what he's required to do. And it's hard to respect a man that is not in this position. So I think standards are important. Loving yourself first is important. Understanding who you are as a woman is very important. I mean, it's a proven fact. There are more women than there are men on the earth. Many of them being because they are incarcerated. Some of them because they have unfortunately passed away or been murdered. Many of them have because they've turned over to another lifestyle. So it makes it harder for us as women to find a good guy. But that's the thing, women. We should not be trying to find a guy. We should not be seeking for the man. It says, he that find a wife find a good thing and obtain a favor with the Lord. So he should be seeking you out. And honestly, ladies, you should be running. He should be running after you, meaning that you should be running after your destiny, running after your calling, running after your purpose, running after your dreams, and not losing track, pausing for them to catch up. If they love you, trust me, they'll catch up. If they love you, they will seek you out. But it comes to the point where we as women first have to validate ourselves and not get upset or feel unworthy if they don't seek you out or come after you. Sometimes we have to let things and people and relationships go in order to get the better one. And I know that it's hard because feelings are entangled, emotions are entangled. You know, if you've had sex with this person, you're also off of the sexual high. I understand. But there is better. There is better for you. If he is not willing to change himself or to come after you fully as he should, maybe it is time to move on. Easier said than done. But if you really want to be happy, you first have to put in the work and set your standards high to understand that I am worth being loved. I am worth being chased after. I am worth being pampered. I am worth being nurtured. I am worth it. And this is what you have to tell yourself. And you can't let or allow someone to make you feel that you're not. You have to understand this. You are a beautiful queen. A queen sits on her throne. She wears her crown. And people are just in awe of her because this is what she does on a daily basis. So women, our identity does not lie in the fact of how much a person loves us or lack thereof. It lies in the fact just simply that you are a beautiful woman, that you have something to give. So today I encourage you to take the necessary steps to put some boundaries on your relationships. Put some boundaries in the places that people feel like they can just walk over to get what they need. Let's raise our standards. Let's be the women that we want our young daughters, our nieces, that little girl up the street. Let's be the example to her of what we would want her to one day be as she grows up. Ladies, I need your help. It's time for us not to succumb or kneel or bow down to what society says that a woman is. You are not easy. You have a price. It's far beyond rubies, and someone needs to work for you. Someone needs to put in the time, the energy, the effort, the love, the catering, the nurturing. Someone needs to love you. But it first comes from you loving yourself. And when you love yourself, you set up boundaries. When you love yourself, you make the distinctions between friendships and relationships. You don't let them cross over where you're left drained and depleted. I decided to talk about this topic today because I am seeing an epidemic of women that are being hurt from the confusion of being in a relationship. You have to make the distinction between the two. You have to understand that if they are not willing to put in the time or the work, that you don't have to beg them to do it. They should be willing to do it. So this is part of empowering and enlightening you, giving you strength on the inside, shedding some light on those dark areas of confusion that have been for a long time. I sit around men that make a mockery of their situations with women, and all the while this woman is madly in love with them, willing to do anything to help them, willing to do anything to help them with their dreams, their ambitions, and their goals. And these men are not in the place. Now, don't get me wrong, ladies. Every man is not like that. There are some very good men in society. But it says, he that finds a wife finds a good thing and obtaineth favor with the Lord. So we ourselves first have to be that good thing. We have to take care of ourselves. We have to love ourselves. And we have to set standards. So with that being said, I hope that this helped a couple of you. On Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, my name is _Movee. That is _MOVEE. I have a support group for women on Facebook. That is the Empowered and Enlightened Woman. That is a group. Please go and check out my new book. It is titled Succumb, The Ending to the Beginning. It is a storyline of events that will give you more understanding of this subject that we talked about today and much more. I look forward to speaking with you again. It was a pleasure. I thank you for tuning in. I thank you for being a part of the Empower and Enlightened Women's Movement. We look forward to seeing you again. Happy Saturday, everyone. Have a good day. Bye.